Swallowed Star 516 2 years. Chapter 516 2 years. Haha. I've succeeded. Virtual Universe. Absolute Beginning Villa 1136. Luo Feng was in his own training grounds, as he was studying, using the floating blood and time-space scribbles to work on the 9-universe tablet drizzle picture. He was finally able to comprehend the 12th wonder. The first to 9th belonged to the most superficial. He had comprehended them back in Primal Chaos City. As for the 10th and 11th, he had made some progress after studying the time-space scribbles. Along with some accumulated knowledge from what he saw in Primal Chaos City, it finally came to fruition. And then, he had been stumped for quite a while by the 12th wonder. After 2 years of training in this ancient huge pit, he finally comprehended it. It really is difficult. My consciousness's calculation speed is comparable to a basic quantum computer, and my comprehension ability is high too. Yet, it actually took me this long to comprehend the 12th wonder. Luo Feng sighed. There are the September 1st, the middle 27, and the final 72. From the middle 27, I've only comprehended 3 so far. When will I finish everything? He muttered. Within, however, he was gleeful. To dissect and study the essence of the universe space laws, would it be that easy? Only those with exceptional comprehension, temperament, and talent could do it. Even the genius Lien Luo only comprehended it after 300 years in Primal Chaos City. Of course, the main usage of time was on the final and hardest 72. 2 years, I've been in this ancient pit training for 2 years, and my Earth body has been evolving from the absorption of the killing aura every day. Compared to before, my improvement should be quite huge. 3 months ago, I still failed at the absorption of the second crystal. Now that it's been 3 months, I may succeed. Feeling especially good, Luo Feng decided. Today, he would try and absorb the Blood River crystal again. Shwa. His consciousness vanished and returned to reality. Blood River continent, within a huge pit of the ancient god ruins. Within the huge pit quarters, the Masha clansman was sitting crossed-legged. His earth body was in the internal world. As he couldn't control his body during the absorption, it was best to do it in the internal world. Internal world. Luo Feng only had on his underpants, as he was lying at the bottom of a tall metal mountain, holding the Blood River crystal in his right hand. Chi! He used his right finger to slash his left palm, creating a wound, fresh blood flowed out. Begin. Luo Feng once again placed the crystal on the wound. This was already the 5th time he was trying to absorb the second crystal. He had failed the previous 4 times. Following that mad killing intent that rushed in and attacked his soul, the familiar feeling once again settled in. His body's every bone and cell all began to swiftly change. I have to bear with it. I definitely have to bear with it. Don't collapse. Luo Feng anticipated within. Even though the terrifying pain reached to the depths of his soul, he could bear with all these. The blood-red threads from the crystal continued to flow into Luo Feng's body. Gradually, the crystal grew more and more transparent. Luo Feng's weird body changes gradually grew more intense too. Qi. The entire crystal, including the already transparent crystal body, became a peculiar energy and rushed straight into Luo Feng's body. Suddenly, the originally simple blood-red engraving on his chest had more marks added onto it. The entire engraving now wasn't as simple as before. His entire body returned back to normal as the blood-red engraving vanished, and that mysterious energy permeated into his body's every cell. So, Luo Feng swiftly got up. I've succeeded, really succeeded. Luo Feng's eyes had a sense of mad glee. In the previous 4 attempts, every single time, it was incredibly painful. But the pain wasn't the problem. The main problem was that he had failed every time. He didn't expect that he would be able to succeed today. The feeling of absorbing 2 crystals. With a thought, Luo Feng triggered the mysterious energy deep within his body. Immediately the blood-red engraving appeared on his chest. Luo Feng revealed a look of glee. Feels different, obviously different. My feeling for the 9 great origin laws of the universe are much clearer now too. His hand became a blade, and he began to unleash the illusionary 7 blades. When he did this, he was even more pleasantly surprised. Melding with the universe energies, It's caused the power to rise up quite a bit. Luo Feng was surprised within. Absorbing the first crystal raised my power by 20–30%. Right now it has been raised by another 20–30%, which means, because of the two crystals at the same level of comprehension, my power has been raised by 50%. In a life or death battle, with 50% more power, he would be able to completely determine his own fate. Also, as one grew closer to his limit, the harder it was to increase. The golden horned beast's natural ability to strengthen could only at most double the power, and it was already godly. The training for deities of the world was extremely harsh only because the effects were godly. Let me try and see if I can absorb the third crystal. Luo Feng's eyes gleamed. Even though his hopes weren't up, he wanted to try. As he tried to absorb the third crystal, that killing intent from the crystal combined with the 2 years' worth of killing intent stored in his body, formed a terrifying killing aura that attacked him. However, just from his willpower alone, Luo Feng could still take it. He was accustomed to it, as he had been living in a dense killing aura area for 2 years. Always bearing with the effects of the killing intent, Luo Feng's mental state was more sturdy and trained now. The willpower attacks were easily blocked by Luo Feng. The third crystal then began to extend its red threads into the wound, and started flowing into Luo Feng. Pung! Pung! Pung!
12 different spots around Luo Feng's body exploded simultaneously, almost like a bamboo that had long reached its limit. Any extra pressure caused it to instantly tear open. One theory was that after absorbing the second crystal, Luo Feng had already reached a limit, and now that he was trying the third, his body couldn't take it anymore. One had to know that the further it went, the harsher the requirements on the body would be. In fact, the harshness was 10 times more each time. Damn! Looking at the recovered crystal in his palm, Luo Feng could only helplessly swiftly recover his body. It's okay. I'm already very satisfied with absorbing the second crystal. After I work hard in this place, I can absorb the crystals and train my willpower. I definitely have to stay on. Luo Feng smiled. Normal dangerous level missions only gave 10k to 20k points. Completing a few dangerous level missions would only gather so much. As long as he became a blood warrior and acquire the Blood River medal, he would receive 100k points. What's more, absorbing 3 crystals was good for his body too. Absolute beginning region. Wuka's villa. Normally, Luo Feng, Wuka and Rongjun would all meet here at Wuka's quarters. Wah, Luo Feng, you training madman. The moment I called you today you came. That's shocking. Wuka lay satisfied on his sofa, leg on the table before him. If the things a madman does don't surprise you, then he wouldn't be a madman anymore. Luo Feng laughed and lied down on the sofa too. Wuka, bring out your best wine. I rarely come, and since I am here you have to show the demeanor of an owner. The wine in the virtual universe still cost money. Wuka stood up helplessly. As the virtual universe was a business just like reality, hence the food and beverage dependent Ping Hai company could earn so much. Beside, Rongjun laughed too. Money? Wuka, our great Manka prince, what is this little money to our dear majesty? Does it even mean anything? Damn you two punks. Back then one of you were a madman and another a savage. Only I was an innocent youth. Who would have thought it'd take me so long to see through you two, that you are both vicious and cunning? Wuka said. He took out a bright jade bottle that was placed beside him, and within it was a transparent glowing liquid that made one completely tremble at the flavor. Hee hee. Luo Feng's eyes gleamed. Wah, Wuka is definitely a brother. Rongjun laughed too. Humph, this is god drunk. Even though it's within the virtual universe, when you drink it it's completely similar to drinking in reality. However, the god drunk in reality, just one bottle costs 8,000 mixed elements. And here I only spent 8 mixed elements. Wuka was obviously proud as he said this. Luo Feng shouted, to buy 1 life fruit 2 mixed elements is enough. This wine sure is so luxurious, stop showing off. Hurry and bring it, I'm already drooling. Rongjun stood up to try and snatch it. Don't rush, I'm coming. Wuka sat down and poured for the wine for 3 of them. Even though it was called God Drunk, it didn't knock one out completely, but produced an incredibly feeling within one's consciousness, one that worked completely on the spirit. Good wine. Luo Feng closed his eyes. Nice. Rong Jun opened his eyes after tasting and snatched the bottle. I'll pour. When you get one in real life, be a little luxurious. Wuka muttered. Your Majesty is vicious. Luo Feng laughed. We have no money. Rong Jun said. Wuka looked at Rong Jun. Rong Jun, it's been 2 years. You've done so many missions. Just from these missions alone you should have tens of thousands of points. Tens of thousands, exchanging for a real god drunk in reality shouldn't be a problem. If you are willing, even the Undyings would be willing to exchange with you. Right, Luo Feng. Wuka looked at him. Are you still stuck in that mission? I don't mean to nag, but wasting time is wasting strength. Who isn't grasping their time now and training hard? If you cannot complete it, just give up and take another mission. How can he give up? Every 100 years you can only take 10 such missions. Hence you cannot give up any one of them. Rong Jun emphasized. Every 100 years you can only take 10 such missions? Luo Feng looked at Rong Jun. Where'd you get that from? I just received my 5th mission and got the notice telling me that every 100 years we can only take 10 missions. It is to prevent the core members from trying too hard to get points and wasting time on the missions. After all, training and missions along with studying and comprehension are all very important. Rong Jun explained. Luo Feng nodded. No matter. Madman, being stuck in one mission isn't good. Wuka said. Wuka is right. Rong Jun nodded. Luo Feng couldn't help but laugh. You two punks. What, you think I'm wasting my time there? And my strength isn't improving enough. Haha, today I'll go attempt the Heavenly Bridge and let you see. Heavenly Bridge? Rong Jun and Wuka were both shocked as they looked at him. 6th level? Swallowed Star 517, passing the Heavenly Bridge 6th level. Chapter 517, Passing the Heavenly Bridge 6th level. In the center of the beautiful island, the watchman Bevan was going through his list. Suddenly he spotted 3 silhouettes appearing simultaneously on the island. Luo Feng, Rong Jun and Wuka. The 3 of you have all come together? The 9 Universe Bridge is empty, however Rong Jun and Wuka, you are both from the Huge Axe sect. Only one can attempt at a time, you can pick who goes first. Watchman Bevan smiled as he looked at these 3. Rong Jun and Wuka both shook their heads. Not us, we aren't attempting the bridge. It's Luo Feng, this madman, Wuka said. Right, it's Luo Feng. He's attempting the 6th level. Rong Jun smiled. Lord Bevan, there shouldn't be any problem with us watching the live broadcast, right? What do you say, Luo Feng? Watchman Bevan looked at Luo Feng. Sure. Luo Feng smiled and nodded. Rong Jun and Wuka were the 2 in the same batch of geniuses that he was closest to. Hence, allowing them to watch the broadcast was nothing. Rong Jun and Wuka, you 2 watch. Luo Feng smiled and became a blur, flying towards the 9 Universe Bridge. 9 Universe Bridge Level 6. Amidst the howling winds, Luo Feng stood on the bridge, squinting his eyes to see through the tornado ahead as best he could. Choose your opponent, fighter, controller, or hypnotist. Pick any one, defeat him and you can proceed to the 7th level. The tornado's voice resounded. Controller. Luo Feng said without hesitation. A silhouette immediately flew out of the tornado. It was the same silver-armored man, stepping on a dark cloud shuttle and carrying a dark golden long rod on his back. He was staring coldly at Luo Feng through his mask. Only Universe Level 9 and you wish to attempt the Heavenly Bridge Level 6? You were defeated in one move previously, yet you seem quite confident considering the short amount of time passed. Of course. Luo Feng nodded. Shua. The dark golden long rod behind him immediately became like a sun. Large amounts of gold light shot out, covering the skies and land. Close to 3,000 little golden blades immediately formed 36 golden blades that were 1 chi long in mid-air. These 36 blades floated before Luo Feng, immediately transforming and combining into one. Countless gold threads interweaved to form a perfect combination. An ancient-looking dark golden long blade floated before Luo Feng. Nanshan Armaments Wu Level Space Slicer. In truth, the reason behind his inability to unleash this 5th level earlier, even though he had comprehended the 10th and 11th wonder, was mainly due to his gold origin law comprehension lagging behind. And within these 2 years, the Golden Horn Beast had been studying the battle technique Tier Skies and Land. Also, with the combination of the 3 ancient pictures, its improvement speed was shocking. Hence, there was already no difficulty in unleashing the 5th level. Very good, you can unleash the 5th level too? However, similar 5th levels will have different amounts of power. The silver-armored man laughed loudly. Immediately the dark golden long rod behind him too shot out large amounts of gold light, swiftly forming into one dark golden long blade beside him. The two of them faced off, staring at each other. Absolute Domain. Space Slicer. Luo Feng's gaze was cold, simultaneously unleashing his strongest combo. Go! The silver-armored man pointed at Luo Feng. Xiu! Xiu! 2 dark golden beams of light tore through the space and pierced at each other. The silver-armored man's dark golden light was shockingly fast. Even now, in terms of speed, Luo Feng's dark golden long blade was a little slower. Not just speed, its flight was extremely unpredictable as well. Even though Nanshan Armaments' 5th level Space Slicer's speed and power were extremely high, the silver-armored man's Space Slicer was the most perfect and orthodox way of unleashing it with extremely high power. The silver-armored man's version was the orthodox method. However, Luo Feng's way was obviously special in a different way. His dark golden long blade was infused with 12 of the wonders, triggering the pressure of the universe space around. Simultaneously, his study of the ancient pictures these 2 years, the gold origin law comprehension from studying tearing sky and land, all these were melded into his blade, causing it to be filled with immense power. One was speed and power. One was space pressure and power. Chi! 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 When the 2 blades were shot out and clashed, the silver-armored man's blade obviously fell in speed, almost as though it was affected by a formless pressure. Luo Feng's blade, however, seemed to be assisted by the universe space itself and pierced forward. Peng! The dark golden long blade became a beam of light and as they clashed, pierced right through the enemy's head. The 6th level. Success. Rigid, not flexible. Luo Feng smiled. These 2 years. I've been studying the time-space scribbles to comprehend the 9 universe tablets drizzle picture. My comprehension can be considered at 80 points now. Your technique should be considered completely reaching 100 points on the drizzle picture, hence the difference in power. It's a pity though you still lost to me. Since Primal Chaos City, I've understood the raindrop picture and the drizzle picture to an incomparable perfection. Only because I was studying the essence and with that knowledge as the roots connected with the universe space, that's the true path. From using space, affecting space, this is the improvement from the essence. Luo Feng smiled, flying straight ahead to the 7th level. At the bridge, center of the island, Rong Jun and Wuka were both shocked by the scene that they just saw. He succeeded. Rong Jun's eyes were filled with shock. How can that be? Wuka couldn't believe it either. It's only been 2 years. And it's 2 years outside. The training speed outside cannot compare to that in Primal Chaos City. In theory, attempting the higher levels of the Heavenly Bridge required more time as it got higher. And the comprehension speed outside shouldn't compare to that in Primal Chaos City. They estimated that after 10 years outside, Luo Feng would only then be able to pass the 6th level. This made more sense in their minds. Pity, only the illogical are truly geniuses. That's the true madman. Time-space scribbles, Tier Sky and Land and the 3 ancient pictures. Along with Luo Feng's later comprehension of the 9 universe tablet, they all resulted in his breakthrough in 2 short years. Attempting the 7th level. Space. Luo Feng flew to the 7th level. It was very mysterious, as before him no longer stood a tornado, but an endless space. The 7th level of the Heavenly Bridge was actually the scene of space. Luo Feng finally reached the end of the 7th level. There floated a little meteorite that had a diameter of a few km. A voice resounded from it. Pick your opponent, fighter, controller, hypnotist, pick one and you can attempt the 7th level. Controller. Luo Feng shouted, filled with anticipation within. This 7th level opponent, just what attack would he unleash? Would it still be the same dark golden long blade? Or even higher? The meteorite before him suddenly broke off a small piece of rock. That piece rolled on the bridge and transformed into a blue armored mask wearing controller on a dark cloud shuttle and dark golden long rod on his back. Universe Level 9 youth, to be able to reach this stage, congratulations. I hope you can pass this level. The blue armored man was obviously much older. Luo Feng didn't hesitate, immediately forming the dark golden long blade that floated beside him. Not bad. The blue armored man walked down from the dark cloud shuttle onto the bridge. Simultaneously, the dark golden long rod on his back immediately shot out seemingly endless amount of gold light. The entire sky changed color, the surround bridge, space, everything vanished. All that could be seen was the countless blade energy circling around him. Luo Feng's expression changed. This is Blade World? Nanshen Armament 6th level, Blade World. According to the Nanshin Armament's power, each level, jumping from level 5 to 6 was extremely difficult. It could be said that from the 5th to 6th level and the 8th to 9th level, these were the hardest levels to break through altogether. Actually, just from the number of little golden blades used it be seen. The 5th level's Space Slicer used 2,916 little golden blades. The 6th level Blade World used 5,832 little golden blades. This was twice as much as the 5th. One had to know, there were only a total of 10,081 little golden blades in the dark golden long rod. The later increases weren't as huge as this one. Similarly, the Blade World's might was incredibly powerful. World, why world? Only Sector Lords could control a world, form a world and use that strength. However, the Blade World move uses the strength of the origin laws, allowing one to use the strength of a world. However, the world strength of the Blade World was slightly weaker than the true strength of a world. Still, it was terrifying. The 6th level, after completely comprehending it, any domain lord that could use the 6th level could almost be invincible in his level in the universe. You better go train more. The blue armored man smiled. Shua. The entire world pressured down, far exceeding the amount of space pressure Luo Feng could effect, in an instant crushing down and piercing Luo Feng's head. Luo Feng, failure. Total defeat, it was too strong. The moment that move was unleashed, it completely controlled that side of the world. Luo Feng sighed. When will I be able to unleash the 6th level? Luo Feng was very clear. That from the 5th to 6th level, that was the Nanshin Armament's most extreme evolution of all 9 levels. It didn't seem at all easier than the breaking through to the last level. Rong Jun wasn't the sort to spread news. However, Wuka was the type who couldn't hold it in. The news quickly spread. Primal Region. Bolin was in a white robe, flying in the air of the Primal Region. Suddenly a sturdy silhouette shot over. Bolin. Bolin turned to look. It was Long Yun. Bolin looked silently at Long Yun, waiting for him to speak. Do you know? Luo Feng had just passed the Heavenly Bridge's 6th level today. Long Yun said. The initially calm and collected Bolin suddenly had a change in his expression. His eyes focused and he said softly, I got it. After which he flew towards his living quarters. After a while, in the center of the Heavenly Bridge Island, a white-robed Bolin suddenly appeared. Bolin. Watchman Bevan smiled and looked at him. You really came. I'm attempting the 7th level. Bolin's eyes gleamed with cold light. The breakthroughs are every 3 levels. From level 1 to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 9. This level 7 is much harder than level 6. Watchman Bevan looked at Bolin. It's only been 2 years since you passed level 6 and you wish to attempt the 7th level? I want to try. Bolin emphasized. Alright, go on, there's no one in the universe Heavenly Bridge. Watchman Bevan smiled. Shua. The white-robed Bolin flew straight at the universe Heavenly Bridge.